Start recording.
I can't see the chat room because I decided to keep the
No worries.
bandwidth down.
It's alright.
I am sending out a tweet.
I also don't have any of that open. I could put it on my phone or open it on my phone. That'd be smart.
And then Alpha Geek going, John.
Cool.
Okay, tweet has gone out.
Cool.
Oh, I forgot to open my butt.
Gross.
I was gonna say, did I hear that correctly?
You did. It's the name of a program. And it's gross. It's gross, Ben.
Like it's really called butt?
Yep. Broadcast using this something.
So they did it on purpose.
Yeah, so it was definitely a goal. It was an objective.
Using this tool.
That's
Broadcast
hilarious.
using this tool. That's what it is.
Oh, broadcast using this tool, yeah.
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 But
Wise.
I'm gonna say we're pouring bubbly live.
bubbly.
Are pouring bubbly.
Hey, Spaz is here. Spaz rarely gets to join us live. That's awesome.
That's fast.
Although I feel like almost universally, because he's in Australia, Twitch betrays him and he gets horrible lag and has to leave.
That's true.
Aw.
That's kind of the sad thing.
If I do this little trick we're gonna be doing here with my beverage, are you able to turn it into an animated GIF later so that I can have?
Maybe. Probably.
I have to Google how to do this.
No, he is recording video, so technically with the raw file, someone will be able
Do
to.
it.
Yeah,
Someone
just don't do it yet, because right now you're not on camera.
We'll do it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Just we'll do it after the show intro.
And John, apparently your sound is way low.
Their sound is way low. If they want loud sound, turn the sound up. Don't come into my place of business and be like, John, your sound's low. Your sound's low. You got a speaker? Turn it up.
This is a place of...
Throwing accusations at me.
Yeah. My Hobbit Hole is a place of business.
I literally
I
don't
shouldn't say
think...
Hobbit Hole. That sounds really...
Well, they'll see it in a
Dirty.
minute, and then they'll know. But
Well, no, I'm
yeah,
not.
right now they're probably a little confused.
Yeah.
Well,
Not gonna lie, that was pretty awesome.
okay, I've done literally everything I can do to adjust my volume louder. The only other options are to actually turn everybody else down.
Apparently that's what it's because, according to Alessander, it's me and Zoopercat who are louder than you.
Well, that's what matters.
Let's just get close to the mic and like this. So John, hi.
Can we do an entire episode close talking? Didn't we decide last time we needed to do like an episode all with the flashlight faces?
Yes.
Oh, that's right, we did.
That's it. We're recording around Halloween. I'm not going to wait a year to be on our show. We're recording around Halloween, and we're going to do an entire flashlight face episode.
We totally should. Chat room has the volume now. It looks like it's way off balance the other way now, from what I can see, but it seemed equal a little bit ago.
If the room was totally dark, would your face have glowed right there?
It glows all the time.
Okay.
If the room is dark.
That's nice. That's nice.
It's my superpower. It's
Right.
really annoying when I try to sleep.
That would be hard to stealth around and be a ninja.
Yeah, that's why I'm not a ninja.
Chat room. Chat room. Somebody type something. Chat room.
Well, that was a lot louder than it had to be.
Now you are loud and they are medium. Okay, well, I solved too many problems at once. That's the problem. That's the problem.
To be
Put
fair,
too
though,
many pieces of cheese on the burger.
I'm too good at solving problems. What about that?
yeah, we put on like $1.50 worth of cheese on that burger.
Yes, we did. And an avocado, don't they usually charge $1 for that? That's,
Yeah.
whew.
I'm gonna.
Bacon, it's $1.20.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just go to
No.
random Twitch chat rooms and claim their volume levels suck.
Can't hear you.
I can't hear you. And then they change it, and then I'm gonna be like, can't hear the game anymore.
can't hear you or the game, but I heard the gunshots.
I can't hear anything. I love you, chat room. Thank you for helping me with my audio issues. You are all the best.
Now, it's the other issues we need to work on.
I have no other issues.
My parents are dead.
My parents are dead.
Sorry, that's a call back to an entirely different show.
Yeah, not our
But it was
show.
really
But
funny.
why not? Why not call back to shows that are not our own?
That's what we do.
A trip down memory lane of other people's shows.
Pretty much.
You know, every show has a flashback. They just haven't been creative enough to do a flashback to shows that aren't theirs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like every TV show.
have you ever seen the Clerks cartoon?
I don't think so.
The second episode is a flashback episode.
The second episode. Did they do that on purpose to be funny?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
was it... Okay.
It was absolutely great. Oh, my God.
That is pretty funny then.
And then they constantly can't figure out why they keep flashbacking to the same events. They're like, I know, that was that same time. Oh, right.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Oh, that show is so great. I need to watch it again.
I'll have to check that out.
It's pretty good. It's only 6 episodes, because for some reason it didn't do well on ABC.
Weird.
Mm.
Weird that a cartoon based on a extremely overly sweary, talking about lots of sexual things and drug dealing didn't take off as an
Yeah.
ABC cartoon. Weird that didn't work out.
Seriously, right? How did they not figure that out? There we go. Okay, I moved the camera a little closer. I probably messed up all your stuff.
It's all broken. I don't know. Here,
Rock.
I'm going to switch to the actual cams. They'll be able to see us now. And we'll find out. Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, V.
Hey, Ben.
Hi, chat room.
This is the new way we do the intro to the show. Welcome to Azeroth Roundtable. We've all waved at you.
You know what? We could start that way.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Mm-hmm.
All right, well, you know what? Let's do that. Hold on a second.
My name's John Jagger.
I said
And
hold on a
I'm
second.
stealing Ben's job.
Not recording the actual show yet, just a pre-show.
You're a pre-show.
Sometimes.
I'm a flashback. Then I get to be like 21 forever.
I'm a flashback to a better episode of me.
Oh, no, Forever 21. Sorry.
There you go, forever 21. Yes.
All right, new way of introing the show. Hi, listeners.
Hi.
Hi, John.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, V.
Hey, Ben.
Welcome to Azeroth Roundtable, episode 170. My name is Ben Mumhofer, and that was really weird. With me, as always, is John Jagger. How's it going, John?
Hi, Ben. I'm doing quite well. And, it's Friday. It's the night we do this show. So here I am.
Okay. That's great. You sound excited to be here.
I'm excited to be here. Look, I know what I said may sound like an obligation. But it's not. It is, but it's a good obligation. Like,
it's not the kind where it's
going
like,
to the bathroom.
Gotta go do community service again.
No. It's like the post-Thanksgiving bathroom trip. It's gonna happen. You gotta do it. But you're pretty happy about it.
Okay, well that works. With us this week is the one and only incredibly awesome person who works with robots all the time, who we love to call friend. Welcome, V. How's it going?
Hey, guys. It's going good. It's Friday. I'm excited.
Are you
You?
obligated to be here, or are you choosing to be here?
I mean, once I said yes, I guess I'm obligated.
Well, I guess that works too.
But before I said yes, yeah, I was very, very excited.
Oh, good.
To hang out with you guys. It's always fun. I even put on my green shirt for your show because it's Legion.
Oh, I was gonna say, 'cause it's St. Patrick's Day.
I don't know if the camera might make this look a little blue. It's green. It's very green.
I was say it looks very blue.
Yeah, it's the camera's lying.
Let us
It's the
all
Hobbit
use
hole.
the theater of the mind.
Yeah, exactly. It's the magic of the Hobbit hole. That's what it is.
It's Legion Green.
That's it. Legion
Yeah.
green.
For the record, my hat is Legion Green too, while we're at it.
Okay. There
For the
you
record,
go.
so is my shirt and chair.
Mhm.
Yeah. It
Yeah, I
is.
can tell.
Yeah.
See, it's the camera.
Yeah.
That's definitely
Totally
Legion
green.
Beta.
That looks super
Yeah.
green to me. I don't know what everybody else is seeing, but
I
that
don't know what
looks
they would see
green.
either. Mhm.
Definitely. So, I mean, one of the big reasons why we're, talking about Legion is, of course, it is coming out, August 30th. Make sure you pre-order now if you haven't. But, V, one of the reasons why you come on the show is because we love to hear about new things that are coming out of Ask Mr. Robot. With Legion coming, is there anything new happening?
Oh,
Wow.
that's a great question.
Oh my gosh, what's
I'm
happening?
so glad you asked.
Ben, I'm not sure that sounded artificial enough. Could you maybe...
No, we need to do that again. Yeah.
Could you do another take, please?
Yeah, I can. Okay. V, is there new stuff coming with Legion for Ask Mr. Robot?
I'm cracking up. That was amazing. Yes, there is new stuff coming with Legion. We built a simulator.
A simulator?
A simulator.
What is it simulating? Like, is it like the holodeck?
That would be awesome. It simulates your character in Legion. Is that show over? Now we're
And that's it. So make sure you check out Ask Mr. Robot. It's not just a television show anymore. It's now a website.
That's right. It is now a website. The flashback to the website. That's what the show needs to do. Have a flashback back to like vanilla WoW.
It's okay, John. Right here in the video, put like the little swirly like flashback stuff.
Oh yeah.
But seriously, tell me more about this simulation.
Yeah. So I suppose we could take a step back and find out why simulation's even a big deal. If you guys, are interested.
If I had to guess, okay, so I've been playing this game for a while, and every time there's a new expansion, Blizzard goes in and like picks up all the specs, throws them in a jar, shakes it up a whole bunch, then dumps it all out.
They usually put it in a blender too, a little bit of blending.
Cutting some stuff out here and there. Cutting the fat, if you will.
Yeah, taking the calories out.
Exactly.
That's not good. We want them to add it because we discussed the more the better. Yes, and then everyone tries to figure out what's up with their characters now.
Yeah.
And so that's how simulators are. How everyone kind of figures that out. And so what we did is we built a web-based simulator, so you don't have to download anything. You click a button and you get your answers. And then when you get your answers, you just share a link and tell people, hey, look, I have answers. You want to see it?
I can prove it because a robot told me. And
robots told
are
me, and robots
smarter.
are right.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
So the kind of cool nerdy thing that we did, well, by we I mean our developer, is he built the entire thing on a wiki, so you can like edit, like if you want to edit the spell rotation, and the spell rotation is basically like the order you should use your stuff in, and you can like drag and drop. Although technically it's not a drag and drop, it's a drag and move, I'm told. I was correct.
They don't want you to drop it. Don't drop it.
Just don't drop it.
If you
just
drop it, shit's gonna get real bad. But if you just move it gently, gingerly,
little nudge,
set it down, act like you're at somebody else's house, pretend these aren't your things.
That's right. So you can move it around, you can edit it, save it, and then when you're done and you click simulate, the wiki turns into code automatically and runs your simulations. So that was kind of cool and exciting to figure out, can we turn an editable wiki into a simulator? Sure enough, you can.
So, okay, question number one. First question that's come to mind as we've discussed this. When I go there and I drag and move all my abilities as needed, and I run a simulation and I get information back and I'm feeling pretty good about myself, And then I begin what we would call the actual test, which is me as a human being trying this now. And all of a sudden, I now feel awful. Is there going to be any sort of sympathy button where Ask Mr. Robot says, there, it's fine. You're not a robot like me. You can't be held up to the same standards.
No, but we should put that in.
Just on the add-on, just get a sound clip of Baymax saying, there. Just that's it. That's all you need, really.
Yeah. We do have a couple of human decision pieces of logic that are editable that you can play with, like, how long it takes you to make a decision based on a parameter. Like, I have a buff. Now I should use it.
Is it a sliding scale of like on Adderall at one end, on weed on the other end?
We just need the weed button.
Just drag and drop where you fall on the scale.
Yeah.
Which of these more closely resembles your decision-making ability?
Yes.
We're not accusing anyone of anything, mind you. It's just how fast do you respond?
Yep. And if it's not legal in your state, we won't tell anybody.
Yeah, you're not gathering the data. You're just putting or running the numbers. That's it.
Yep, that's it.
Friendly robot, not a narc robot.
Yeah, exactly. He's a very friendly robot that doesn't narc on people, for sure. So, in fact, he'll probably optimize that for you, too.
This is how much you'll be taking.
This just makes me happy because I know I'm not going to live up to the simulation. And if I share that information with people, then Tet, our raid leader, is going to be like, well, Jon, I saw your simulation. Because he loves numbers and graphs and data and all of that. I mean, that is his... He dreams in numbers. And so he'll look. He will look. And he'll be like, Jon, you're underperforming by a shocking 78%.
Yeah, you should actually equip your weapons, too.
Yeah, seriously. This takes, like, your character, right? So it's just easy. It takes your character. So if you don't have your weapons equipped, Mr. Robot will take that into account, and he won't tell you to do as much damage. So then your raid leader will be like, oh, cool, you're doing a great job.
Ah, there we go. See, now we have the way around the system.
Right?
This is what we really wanted to get down to. Not just what can Ask Mr. Robot do for you, but how can you get around it to feel better about yourself.
Right. Oh, I'm all about that, for sure.
I noticed that you aren't using your artifact ability at all, according to this sim.
Weird.
Huh. But a robot told me to do it, so it must be right.
Yeah. Look, guys, that's what
Can't
the site's
argue with
for.
the robot.
The site is there to make decisions for me. My hands are tied.
Yeah. Don't put the blame on me.
How often is that the feedback that you all get? Like, you guys said this. You guys told me. Are you a scapegoat frequently for the people?
Not often, actually. If anything, it'll be like, oh, Mr. Robot's wrong, and that's when I'm like, the tool is only as good as the user.
That being said, Jon, do you know how many times Civ tweets Ask Mr. Robot?
Does he?
How many times does he? Civation?
Civ_AIE. I've seen him tweet things every now and then and say, like, hey, this is going on.
Oh, yes.
It's a very smart follow-up of, well, just a very smart follow-up. And it's like, oh, thanks. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they muted him a long time ago.
He has an autoresponder. No, we do actually get the occasional email where somebody, is mad that we told them to change all of their gems. And I'm like, well, did you need to change all your gems? Or did you not like the stat weights? I don't know what to tell you.
Change all my gems, damn it.
Yeah, and you wasted all my gold. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
Now, see, that
your gold.
I kind of sympathize with because I got very programmed to just like go to Ask Mr. Robot, do what Ask Mr. Robot tells me to do. Where'd all my money go?
Yeah, Well, remember the days with the reforging and everything had to get regemmed at the same time?
Oh, yeah.
We had to put so much time into logic that says it's a lot harder than you would think. Like a human can say, okay, I need 3 yellow and 2 purple gems, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I have a yellow gem or let's say orange and purple because they would both fit in red. If I had an orange gem and a red socket, don't switch it to purple. Like, don't make switches that don't matter, right? Just switching them for fun. Because the optimizer would go through it in an order, and then we'd be moving people's gems around. And we're like, we have to fix this because the amount of time you go in game, like every day, you're re-switching all of your gems. We're like, okay, so we had to put in the double check logic to make sure we didn't switch gems that didn't need to be switched because people were losing so much gold. Because like you say, you just do what the robot says.
Yeah, it said I need this gem, and I mean that's all the gold I have, but the robot told me, and that's what I got to do.
The robot told me. Yep. Yeah. Oh, I've been there.
Well, see, that's the functionality I need. I need look. I don't want to be great. I want to be good, but I'm also very poor.
Right. Yes. Yes. But so one of the things we're actually doing, because sometimes those complaints happen because people don't like the stat weights, or they prefer a different set of stat weights, or they have a trinket and certain stat weights work with a certain trinket. So we're really hoping that the simulator can do for us. We're testing it right now. We're doing a whole bunch of like machine learning voodoo magic, and we're working with Microsoft directly to like work the voodoo magic. Yeah. What we want is to find a way to basically make, say, 500 different sets of stat weights, depending on all of your gear combinations, and then we automatically pick the right ones for you. And so then that way, you can never be steered wrong. Like, now you take the user input out. It's like, you know what? There is no user input. The robot knows everything.
Oh, yeah. I use the best in bag all the time and then just make all my changes via that because it's like, obviously, I've got everything I need right here, so let's just equip that stuff.
Right.
It works.
And I can't live without it. Yeah. The best bags is awesome.
Like a piece of gear, like in a raid, automatically I'm like, update. I can equip it!
Yay! And what's interesting about the best in bags is to see how, with the Legion and they're pushing personal loot. I don't know if you followed that they really want people to use personal loot. Oh. And one of the things they're going to do with personal loot is make it so that anything you get that's equal or lower item level to the slot that you have equipped, so if like a chest piece drops that's equal or lower to the chest you have, you can trade it to somebody in the raid.
Oh, cool. That's the best way to do it.
So that's super nice. Now, since they're also pushing personal loot, I have a suspicion, at least this would be my guess, I could be totally wrong, that maybe they're going to make the personal loot drop slightly higher rates than group loot. So if they make personal loot really attractive, what's then interesting is now you're going to be getting a lot of gear that you're like, you normally, I think, wouldn't have ever rolled on because somebody else in the raid would have needed it. And you get to see like how good it is in best in bags before you give it to somebody and stuff like that. Or, so I think that'll be interesting to see how all of the extra loot plays out.
And that's absolutely perfect because how many times have you come across a side grade that you don't know if it's actually better for you or not?
Yeah.
Just off the top of your head, unless you actually know what your best in slot is based on, which by the way, thank you so much for doing that. I have all my best in slot because I don't want big dungeons and I don't want higher raids here. So I go through, I'm like, hey, I got everything. Woohoo!
Yes. Yeah, we want to do, we think we're going to add more functionality for Legion where we're going to let you say, here's the bosses I'm doing.
Okay.
And even be like, give me best in slot for those bosses. The idea being is we want to make best in slot more achievable because if you go like you said, like if you do regular best in slot, it's like you're never going to get it, right? Because you don't want to do the higher raid tiers, or you're like, I don't really want to farm dungeons. So what we want to do is basically take those filters, but then do it on a per boss basis too. So if you're only able to kill 5 bosses, you can limit it to those 5 and be like, okay, what's my best in slot until I can get further. So you actually can try to achieve it.
That's really cool. Because that's always been one of the big hang-ups for me, where it's like, I think it was Siege of Orgrimmar, I had this problem most often, where everything was recommending later bosses. And it's just like, okay, well, I'd like to get to them, but right now we're on spoils every night, and I don't know when that's going to happen.
Right, and it might be suggesting the helmet off the end boss, but you might be like, yeah, but there's a helmet before that. Should I be getting it or not? Like if it's really close, forget the end boss helmet. I'll take this one.
Yeah, exactly.
So we want to try to make that happen. In fact, I think it might actually already be implemented. It's just not live yet because we don't have the Legion site, like the Legion Gear live.
Yeah.
I think that actually, because I remember seeing there's like little dots and stuff to pick. Those are called probably radial buttons. Like it's the dot.
The dots. The dots.
Checkbox.
The dots, not the squares. The dots. Or maybe it is. Actually, no. It would be checkboxes because you can pick more than one.
Yeah.
There you go.
They might be circular. They might be circular checkboxes, from what I recall.
Whatever we call those.
We're just trying to confuse you. We're just trying to make
the circular square checkbox is radial menu.
You know what? A circle is just a square with really rounded corners.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's going to be the title to my biography.
That would be an awesome title.
Actually.
Or the excuse that I use when someone says, John, you could lose some weight. Just be like, look, the circle's just a square.
See?
Totally
I just have rounded corners.
Yeah.
Don't judge.
Yeah.
Rounded corners win.
I'm just a square, man. And they're like, that's not a compliment. Ah, crap.
Yeah, and so speaking of bosses, the other thing the simulator is going to do is have every boss implemented in it so that you no longer have to do because right now a lot of theory, we base it all on, just like us, we base our stat weights and stuff on 2 types of fights. A patchwork fight, which is where you stand still and never, ever, ever move.
Mm-hmm.
When has that happened lately?
John loves those so much.
I love them. They're the best. Because I'm a rogue and I don't want to move.
There you go. And then, so we're going to basically put every Legion boss in so you can test out models and figure out all that good stuff. Like what trinket I should use on each boss and stuff. So especially if the personal loot thing is pushed, then maybe we'll have more options for gear. Like we'll have deeper bags, because normally in a raid you never take a side grade until everyone has stuff. But I feel like with personal loot, without trying to hurt your friends, because everyone has the same chance, people might feel more comfortable keeping side grades around.
So I have another pitch for you. This is pitch number 2 for the night. I'm going to just keep pitching ideas. Some of them are going to be awesome. Some of them are going to be bad. This one's going to be awesome.
Throw it up the wall. We'll see what sticks.
Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. So I propose a feature where if I put in my raid team as a full simulation of my raid team versus a boss, Mr. Robot will run the simulation, and then we'll send a shame email to underperforming raid members.
Yes.
Just in an anonymous,
nothing could go wrong. Nothing could go wrong with this idea.
Your raid leader sent us your simulation. You're underperforming. You need to use Mr. Robot more.
What we need too is add to the simulation.
Here's a link to Icy Veins.
No, percentage of times getting out of fire, or how long it takes, like an average amount of time. So then you can run the simulation and see if they die or not, and that's when you send it.
There you go.
There we go. And, here's another one. It tells you everything you're doing wrong. It makes you feel a little bad, and it comes with an animated GIF of the lady from Game of Thrones ringing the bell saying shame.
That is definitely going in there.
Nice.
Shame!
Shame!
I wonder how long it would take to get a cease and desist if we did that.
This website's using our shame lady. No, enough people see Game of Thrones. I think that's public domain now. They've put that out there, and
that would actually be really funny. And if you do something right, you've got to have what's the GIF, the celebratory GIF.
And there's much rejoicing.
Yay!
Yeah, it's like the sad rejoicing. Fine, if I have to.
It's Sylvanas doing her victory clap from Heroes of the Storm, where she's just like...
There you go.
With Reaper standing next to her just because he leans into it.
Yeah, he leans in, real intense, I'm gonna slow clap for you, I want you to know it.
Nice.
All right, I think these are all good features. We're all looking forward to it.
I think these are all great. These are all great. They're going on the top of the priority list. That's what's happening.
The secret goal is that when this episode's done and people are like, man, there's a lot of cool new stuff coming to Ask Mr. Robot. And then they're like, where's that shame GIF? I could have sworn I heard somewhere.
How do I find it?
Yeah.
I do actually have a question about the simulation and everything. So, I switched over to being a healer. Well, at this point, not recently, because it's been forever since we've been in this patch. But something that I found incredibly useful, because I was doing pretty well healing and stuff, just kind of doing my own thing because I'm a monk and monks are cool. And then I did the compare tool that you guys have on the site, which I'm incredibly happy that that's there.
I am so glad you found that, because I don't think I told you about that you found it on your own.
Well, Hans the Wind actually pointed our entire raid team to it.
Nice.
In a
That's a really
In
It's
an
a really
act
cool
of pure
feature, right?
desperation.
pretty much as an act of pure desperation. That
I like it.
is it.
I'll take you however I can get you.
Yeah, and the thing is that, so like I said, I was doing okay. People were staying alive and everything like that. But as soon as I started looking at the comparative stuff, it turns out I was doing in like complete 180 turn in my rotation based off of what everybody else was doing, which was great. I mean, I most of the time had mana, but everyone else, they did, they relied on a different spell than I was to heal everybody. So I went ahead, started adjusting and playing with it and everything. Now, the only time I even dip under 90% is if I'm really struggling and people are just dropping like flies. And my healing numbers went up so much because...
Oh, really?
Yeah,
because
so
of the
much.
compare? Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
You know what that deserves? You know what to do?
Oh, here it comes.
Are you ready for this?
Celebratory pour.
Ready, stream? I have to get...
Ready? Big cheers, guys.
Right here?
Yep, here we go.
Woo!
Let's try not to spill this. Here we go. Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cheers
Alright,
to
drink.
Ben's
Cheers.
healing.
Ding.
Ben has coffee. Where'd you get the coffee, man?
Magic.
I wanted coffee. No
Magic
coffee
elves.
was offered to me.
I'm still part mage. I conjured it.
You're not a mage. Okay,
That's it.
I have another pitch for Ask Mr. Robot.
I'm ready. I love
Feature,
it.
feature number 3. If I ask Mr. Robot specifically, is Ben a mage? I just want a page that just has a boss or something going, no.
Shame.
Shame.
We have toyed with a hilarious idea that would just probably, get us killed, is you could pay to harass your friends. So it's $1 and you can send some sort of message with a link to a combat log to your friends.
See, this is where the shame gift just
Right.
pays
Then
in
we make money
dividends.
we make money off your shame. How
Yeah.
amazing would that be?
shame.
No, don't even have anything to do with a combat log. Just when they do a best in slot or a enchant and gem and everything like that, just have it in your database so that certain names on certain realms it'll just pop up. You should roll a hunter.
Yeah. Yes. There you go. They just love their character. It's but to do that, that's a pretty big deal. $10, and we'll just put an automated message in, and they don't know where it came from. You just load your character, and it says you should reroll a hunter, and you can't optimize your character.
When they try to optimize their character, it just gives them fishing gear across the board.
Yes. But what's funny is people are not funny. People would take that, export it to the add-on, and be equip, and not realize what just happened, and do an entire raid in fishing gear.
We just figured out your April 1st joke.
Yes. Oh, that would be hilarious.
Your April
actually
1st joke, every time you hit optimize, you get something completely different recommended from what you just did.
Yes. It just changes 180. Yeah. What?
Level 15 gear. It's really? What's wrong with the site?
It recognizes what you've replaced and requests that as the next thing to be equipped.
We have had 1 or 2 cases where somebody emails and is funny joke, trying to equip this weapon, can you put it back? And it's on a random day in July. And they send a screenshot, and it's a great item with a hilarious name. And I'm we didn't do that. It's the IDs, the item IDs got remapped or something, or there was an update and the ID changed, and it linked to not just a bad item, a great hilariously named item, and I'm I don't really want to fix this.
This is kind of the best.
Kind of awesome.
Why is my main hand supposed to be a steamy romance novel?
Working as intended.
Have I told you I've been on your show several times, maybe I have, but one of my favorite things that happened was we did some sort of update to our optimizer. And we started, like, we released this, say like 2 a.m, like we normally do. And then within 5 minutes, we got bombarded with like 5,000 error messages. And we're like, what? Because we have automatic error messaging. And we're like, what is going on? What do we do? And so our developer looks at it. Anyone who wasn't wearing pants, specifically pants, was throwing an error. And we're like, why are there 5,000 people in 5 minutes loading characters without pants?
Well, Ben's a good person to ask about that, because Ben, if I remember correctly, you have raided without your pants equipped, correct?
It was the wrong set of pants.
Oh.
The wrong pants.
Weird. I guess I got the minutia of that story wrong.
Yeah. No, we were raiding Siege of Orgrimmar, and I had been soloing, like, I don't know, Ice Crown or something like that. And instead of, like, selling the pair of pants, I guess, like, the window closed or something, and I right-clicked, and so it equipped those pants instead. And, of course, I sold my actual pants. So
I knew there was a funnier part to this story. It wasn't just that you had the wrong pants. You sold the right pants.
Yeah. And this was before you can get those things back.
Oh, wow. That
Luckily,
hurt.
my pants dropped very soon after the play.
Really?
Interesting.
Tell us more, Ben.
They dropped off of the boss.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
The boss was wearing my pants.
The boss was wearing your pants. And he gave him back. You killed him and took him back.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's a really big bug. It's kind of gross, but, we got it.
Good. I'm glad I can sleep well at night now.
This story made me uncomfortable.
Well, hey, so we're the 5,000 people using my simulator without pants. Or not simulator, my optimizer without
We're
pants.
all in Goldshire.
Yes.
All right.
Optimizing.
Speaking of Goldshire, when are we going to be able to optimize for transmog? Be able to say, I'm looking for an outfit that is warm and vibrant and perhaps speaks of summer's fire. And then it'll just be like, bloop, we built something for you.
We should run that past the Microsoft machine learning people. I bet they could actually come up with a solution with us.
Like, I need a program that just gives me style.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is, like, this would probably be, say we pulled it off, it'd probably be so sophisticated, like a fashion company would be like, can we acquire you guys?
Oh, that's a good point, actually. They probably would.
How amazing would that be? They'd be like, oh, yeah, wait a second.
You need to work on that.
I need something that's winter chic, but speaks of the coming spring.
Can you imagine a pitch to, like, the CEO of, like, I don't know, like Gucci or something, and being like, okay, so he load up the character. This is winter chic. Do you see how it automatically chose this? They'd be like, oh my god.
Take a long look at the pauldrons. The pauldrons really speak to the outfit.
They really do. And we've got this all down with an algorithm.
Why are those person's shoulders on fire? Are you saying we need this in real life?
Mm-hmm.
Although, to be fair, the only way we would sell to these high-end fashion people is if we purposefully don't make you match.
That's true.
Right? We have to make you look a little ridiculous.
Well, WoW does that on its own with its actual player, so.
I guess that's true.
There's just a lot of options, though. Like, you could say, I want to look like He-Man. And it could say, well, here's what you need to look like He-Man. Go on and do it. Get your fuzzy britches or whatever it is you need, and your sword, and there you go.
That's what it is. It is.
So they're going to be wearing only pants.
Yeah, only pants.
It's your character optimizer. That's what in the dropdown. It's just you choose a specific character, and then based on what kind of gear you can wear, it's something that tries to get it as close to that set as possible.
And if you do bad in your raids, you automatically get shame gear.
Yeah.
There's like a shame outfit we'll put on you.
I bet they add the shame bell to WoW soon, if not already.
Somewhere.
Look, Blizzard, if you're listening, if the shame bell is not getting put in the toy box, you're not doing your job right. We all know that the shame bell needs to be in there. We all know what it needs to do.
You bring it, then like with the character directly in front of you, just like they appear naked.
Nothing could go wrong with this.
And
They
someone
have
says,
that clam that makes you naked.
Yeah, but you're choosing to do it yourself.
Yourself.
Though.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not making other... Well, you could put on the specs. That makes other people appear naked.
True.
Oh, does it? They have specs for that?
They have specs for that.
Apparently, John does.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, the glasses I wear every day.
X-ray specs.
It is in his transmog all the time.
I just put them on.
I have the best looking transmog because I'm the only one wearing gear.
I can now see through my hat.
Yeah, well, that's important. I play a Tauren right now, and it's like nothing fits on my head.
Yeah, Tauren fashion is, it's a sad thing. They need comically small hats that just perch between
Yes,
the
that
horns
perch.
on top of
That
their...
That would be perfect.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm very, very tempted to make a Worgen, get through the whole starting zone so I have the top hat, and then just race change them so I can have someone else with a top hat.
Oh, would you get to keep that? Oh, because you get to get it on... Oh, yeah.
Because my Tauren Paladin still has my Blood Knight tabard.
Aha!
So I'm
I like this plan.
Well, who knows? Maybe after the whole transmog change, you'll just have it. Maybe.
I'd be happy with that, though, because, I mean, everybody needs to look dapper every now and then.
That's absolutely right. Like me in my green shirt.
Yeah,
Yes.
my green
And
hat.
My very green shirt.
Green shirt.
Green hat.
Totally green. That's what it is.
Very green.
Just because it's...
I don't want to think otherwise.
Yeah.
Chat room says you don't get to keep the top hat, Ben.
Oh.
It's weird that they decided... No, this is for werewolves only.
Yeah, the only werewolves get a top hat. Come on.
I need to look
that'd be breaking a little lore here if we let you.
Anyone can go and get that sombrero from whatever that that instance is. I can't think of what it's called.
Oh, the Caverns of Time one?
Yeah, the Durnhold one. Anyone can go and get the sombrero. But no. Only werewolves get top hats. That is just not fair.
I agree.
Well, at least they can't transmog into it, because I think it's only a white item, so...
I'm getting
yeah.
conflicting reports that some people get to keep it. I don't know. I don't know what the truth is. So here's your homework, Azeroth Roundtable listeners. Create a Worgen, get a top hat, pay for a race change, and let us know.
So we need a
know how
large
that goes.
sample size. Very large sample size. Yeah, otherwise we don't know if certain races can or not.
Also, Blizzard, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so going back to the simulations. Sorry, we got a little off topic there.
No, that's why I love this show.
Well, good. Because we're going to do it again in like 5 minutes. Just watch.
All right.
The show? The whole show? We're starting over?
The whole show.
Yeah, exactly.
We started the show, right?
No,
Yeah.
I didn't press record.
Hey everybody, welcome to Azeroth Roundtable.
Okay, so anyways, going back to the simulations. Maybe this is a feature for the future. That's fun to say.
A future feature?
It is fun to say. A feature for the future.
Yeah.
Feature for the future. The 10 times fast. Everyone say the 10 times fast right now.
A feature for the future, 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 a feature for the future. I think that was 6.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Well, we did our what is it? Red leather, yellow leather beforehand. That's
Yeah,
why.
go Ben.
Yeah, I screwed that up.
Just
Anyways,
5 times. Red leather, yellow leather. Go.
Oh, good.
Go,
So
Ben.
hard.
No, now we
Red
want to
leather.
hear it.
Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather.
You gotta
Like
get
that?
faster. You gotta get faster as you go. You gotta build.
Well, too bad. Anyways, I actually have a question.
I'm ready.
So you have the wikis that you can put, everything in and stuff like that, and that's really cool. And I'm super excited for that, especially with all the changes coming to, Mistweaver monks and, fire mages and things like that. So, do you have a feature, or do you think maybe sometime in the future you'll have something where you can actually record your yourself doing the rotation and uploading it to Ask Mr. Robot to see, like, deficiencies and stuff?
This is where my developer has to make sure he's not listening. He's like, you can't promise features we don't know if we can build.
Well, I'm not asking in there, but
well, no, this is because we've talked about this. There are some, it ends up being complex, but hey, we're good at solving complex problems. But it would be cool to be able to like test things out on a target dummy and compare your log to a simulation and find out, can we answer things like you were either just slow? Because I think when most people don't do enough DPS, they're just slow at executing the rotation. They're not doing it in the wrong order. And so we can find out, are you just slow at it and how slow? And or are you like missing a buff? Like when a buff happens, are you not reacting to that buff and using a better ability, or what's going on? And so it would be pretty cool to like, I mean, you can technically do that right now, right? You can plan a target dummy, upload it, and actually upload it to Warcraft logs. We don't have target dummy support. I don't know if he has target dummy support. Yeah, he must. And look at it on your own, and then look at a simulation and compare, because our simulation will spit out a full-fledged combat log for you. And so you can look through the different abilities and the order of everything used, and so you could manually compare it. But what we think would be cool is if we can find a way to like auto compare it and just give you a summary, that would be pretty awesome.
Just a big note that says, you're slow.
Yeah, you're very slow. So one of the things we ended up doing that is different is, so you've got a global cooldown coming up, right? And good players, I'm not claiming to be a good player. I'm a healer. I react. I don't have to be a good player. I'm going to get condemned for saying that right now. Oh my god, everyone's going to kill me.
Nope, I totally agree with that. That seems like the most truth.
Like, I don't plan ahead on my cooldowns. I like know who I'm going to heal next is how I think about it, but I'm not the best healer, so nobody take my advice. Anyway, but DPS, they're always planning ahead. So your next global cooldown's coming up in, say, 1 second, and you have to decide before it's ready, what spell am I going to use? And so we figured it out. We're like, okay, well, let's say the average person makes that decision 300 milliseconds before the global cooldown. And so we give you a window. It's like 250 to 350, and we randomize it because you're not a robot. You're not always doing it at 300 milliseconds. And so we snapshot everything going on at 300 milliseconds before the global cooldown, and then the simulator makes a decision. So then let's say 100 milliseconds before the global cooldown's ready, a trinket procs. Well, we're human. Like, I don't immediately switch and change to an ability, right? Like, I can't. In 100 milliseconds, that's like literally the blink of an eye. I can't change my decision that quickly. So we model it out and say, nope, you're using the ability you decided at 300 milliseconds. And then the proc happens, and then the global cooldown happens. You use your first ability you decided on, and then the next ability is like, oh, hey, I've got a buff now from my trinket. Okay, now I can take that into account. Okay. And so we try to really model it after humans, and that's configurable. So on the weed scale we talked about, you could just change that. And then we have like a key press leg too. That's like So we've tried to build in the human on all sides. Yeah, and so the people who min-max these rotations are going to be like, well, everyone plays really well, and they're going to have small margins. But then when your raid leader comes in and is like, oh, you're not performing, be like, let's change the scale a little bit.
Let's pretend I'm a little more towards the weed side.
Yeah. And one of the things we want to do, and so it's interesting, that we're talking about what raid leaders will do, right? And we try to take this into account, and so we're still kind of feeling things out. I mean, the simulator's been out for like 4 days. But what a lot of theory crafters do and should do is they try to min-max the rotation. But then to do that, they're putting in crazy conditions. Like, if these 12 things perfectly line up, then do this, right? Like, I don't know if a human can really make that decision in a third of a second. So what we try to do is we're gonna let you pick rotations. So we're gonna manage a default rotation that's probably not gonna do as much damage. It might be like 1% lower, but it's what a human can do in their head. And then we'll have these theory crafters ones for, because there are some people who can play like robots.
Yeah.
So you can choose that one if you want as well. Or what would be cool is for you to be able to choose and see what the difference is, right? Maybe for some classes the difference is 5%. I mean, that's kind of a lot. For some, maybe it's like 0.5%. And you're like, okay, seriously, I'm just going to take the one I can do in my head.
Yeah, and funny thing is like those tiny little things make such a difference when it comes to DPS. Like way back when I don't know, maybe during Wrath of Lich King or something like that, I would wait until my cast bar was completely done before I would start casting again. And then there's the whole like, latency, and I use an add-on called Quartz, which shows the actual latency of your cast time, so you know when you can again and stuff. And that immediately like jumped my DPS by at least 1,000.
Oh yeah, it actually makes a big difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that'll actually be interesting to see too. Like you could actually change that decision logic, and you could say, well, what if I'm really slow and I'm not good at making the decisions or something, and you change this logic. You could actually run the simulation on both and see like how much that should affect your DPS, and you'd be like, oh wow, I really have to get better at this predictive stuff. But we really want to try to be responsible with it, because we're going to be suggesting this to like millions of people and figure out like here's a rotation that you can do as a human, and not simulators have kind of become this like mini game in themselves to try to figure out how much damage can I get out of the simulator without necessarily being like, can I get that in game? Right?
I just want to make the numbers go up.
Well, on an optimal fight, you don't have to move. And I mean, gosh, this expansion was hey, you're ranged. Guess what? You're moving all the time.
You're moving.
Hunt for powerhouses because they can do everything while moving.
Right. So. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and with the boss scripts, we have some kind of written, but we don't have the boss script editor out yet. And so we will soon, so everyone else can play with it. But what we're trying to do are things like, model these movement things. So it's like, okay, let's say a boss spews giant puddles every 30 seconds, and everyone's in a grouped strategy, and we know how big the puddle is. So we're like, okay, you can move on average this fast, the puddle's this big, it should take you this long to get out of it. And everyone gets hit by it. But then there might be one where it just spews like a tiny fire puddle at people. So we'll say, okay, maybe that happens every 10 seconds, and maybe 10 people can be targeted, so you have a 10% chance of getting hit. And so the simulator will simulate this, and like sometimes you won't ever get hit, sometimes you'll get hit a lot, and like try to figure out the average. And it knows you have to move, and so then it tries to like figure out all of these things. And so if you do something where you're like, I'm bad at moving, like for me, I am bad at, like, if I focus, I can rejuve people while running. But if I don't focus and I'm learning the fight and I'm just worried about getting out of it, oh god, I'm not healing for like 10 seconds. You can like see it in my log, right? And so it'll be interesting if we can try to point those things out to people, right? And be like, actually, this would make a big difference if you could just focus on this one thing to get better at. Because we tell you that you should be able to get X amount of healing out while running. Okay. Or, X amount of damage out, right? You can see people's damage drop. And
that's stuff. Absolutely great, because as a healer now, I definitely notice a lot more when people are just standing and stuff because they're trying to get PS numbers out. Meanwhile, I'm like, okay, I can't heal you because I'm actually getting out of the crap. So you died, not my fault.
Yeah. Or what always happens to me is like, I'll use everything to keep them alive. But then other people end up dying because I wasn't able to heal them, and I'm like, well, that wasn't fair. So I just start letting these people die, and I'm like, I've decided it's like, when you're learning a fight, you're gonna wipe a lot anyway. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna let you die so that you realize you're not getting healed through that. And you have to learn to move. If I keep healing you, you're like, I don't really have to worry about moving. No, I'm gonna let you die.
Again,
my team. Sorry, team.
Healer. I have learned that there are certain people who take a lot more damage than others.
And you know who they are. Like as a healer, you pay attention. Well, in the tanks, yes, but
yeah. And then in our healing,
the occasional fire standers.
They didn't move again. I let them. And then someone else saying, "Yup."
Although I'm always embarrassed when I let myself die. I feel like there's no excuse. Like, Yeah, sorry.
I'm too busy, you know. Well, then they'll see. There is an excuse, because then you have to be the self-sacrificer of, I was
Right.
keeping everybody else alive. You know,
Yeah, I had to keep you guys alive because I knew the rest of the healers could do it. I knew you could do it. So I
exactly.
just let myself go.
It's all a great big circle of blame. I mean, everybody's
Yeah.
got to be able to blame everybody else. The DPS
Yeah,
have to
it's
be
make-
able to blame the healers have
Yep.
to be able to blame the DPS, and the tanks have to be able to blame each other.
Yeah.
Right, that's right. It's definitely the other tank's fault. Yep.
Yeah. I was
Remember
tanking perfectly. The other tank is the problem.
The other tank didn't do it right, for sure. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Our raid team, though, we always blame Civ.
Well, I mean, that's easy. If you have...
That's-
Look, there
if you
can
have a
only be
scapegoat.
one Civ. And so that only works that one place, but yes, it is always Civ's fault.
We did have a player who, God, back in like Blackwing Lair or Molten Core, there was a boss where like, if somebody, probably his boss is like the synonym, I'm just not recalling, but you know, you would get targeted by something and you had to run out of the group because you would blow up, right? You would blow up the group. It was like some sort of rock boss. I don't remember this. I'm a horrible Warcraft player. And he would always blow us up. And so we're like, you know what? You're going to stand in the corner. And so we started calling it the Dov corner because that was his name. He was not allowed to join us in the fight. He had to stand in the Dov corner. And so now when like people are that bad, they're like, I'll go to the Dov corner. But I don't think the fight mechanics don't even really let you do that anymore. Like everyone kind of has to participate in the strategy. You can't, because this was back in the day when you had 40 people. And it didn't matter if one of your DPS, because half your DPS was like eating a snack and not paying attention anyway. Like watching Netflix or something.
Yeah, it's true.
Mhm.
It probably wasn't Netflix at the time, but it was something.
Probably
There was
wasn't.
something. Maybe the
Yes.
DVDs you ordered from Netflix, possibly.
Yeah,
Oh,
reruns
was
of the
there?
8th was on. You know, I was just watching that. I loved it when a plan came together. So.
Now, see, if I got it, I'd be looking for Ben. Which
Yeah.
he
That's
doesn't.
exactly what happened.
That's true. That's fair.
He always tried to give me a big hug.
Yeah.
And
Running
Ben,
at you.
see, Ben knows I'm gonna do this. And he could make a choice. He could make a choice to make my life easier, make it easy to find me, stand away from other people so that only he is impacted,
I mean,
because
so
he
it's
knows
really
it's
his
going to
fault.
happen. But instead,
Right.
he clumps up with everybody else, and suddenly it's my fault that a bunch of people died. He
don't think
knows
it's
I
his fault.
can't help it.
Part of it is, you know, a deterrence. If there's so many other people around, I had a feeling that maybe you wouldn't want to kill a bunch of innocents.
Then you don't know me well
Yeah.
enough.
Time I learned and ran from you the entire time. It
So,
worked
Yeah.
because you blew up and I was fine.
But see, you should have known, because the reality is that Ben, even before he played WoW, one of the things that he would often be told is stories of me running dungeons where they would mind control your character and you would then start
no.
attacking your team. And I would be laughing and laughing and saying, then I killed our healer, and then I killed our tank. It was the greatest raid we've ever had. Because that's the metric with which I judge raids, is how much damage have I done to
That
my
could be a
friends.
bit of a red flag.
Maybe.
Well, and then I started raiding with him, and we've had stories of this where, so we're on Ventrilo together, but he and I have headsets on phones, so we're talking to each other like privately, so that they
Oh
can.
no.
And then all of a sudden, I mind controlled Ben. I took care of the healer. I'm like, oh man, like you don't understand the joy that came out of him. Like, I don't think I've ever seen him as happy as when he just goes on a murder spree in raid.
That makes me so happy in the game. It really does. It really is my happy place. Because, I don't know, there's something so... I can't be the only one that finds it incredibly satisfying if you get mind controlled and you start killing your friends. Like, I just can't. There has to be other people out there that think, yes, this is the best.
You could start a support group.
There we go.
He doesn't want a support group. He, if anything, he wants a let's do it more group.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Like a
But-
book club.
Yeah, exactly. Just a murder spree club, you know, something like that.
Oh, it's so fun. It's so
I
fun.
do kind of get it though, John, because when someone in the raid does get mind controlled, I sheep the crap out of them, and I love.
See, you're kind of the opposite. You do it in a protective sense, but you understand.
Yes. You should know that.
We're doing.
More bubbly. Woo!
Oh, that's the last.
It's gone. It was
Cheers, though.
less exciting of a pour, but it was still pretty good.
Right. It was. Yeah. This is also green, clearly, straight from the bottle.
Exactly. So is my coffee. My coffee's green.
I'm actually a green human being. I'm an orc-like man.
I have olive skin. Does that count?
There we go.
Sure.
It's not Legion green.
It's all green. Actually, I look super red.
Do you?
Yeah.
I can't.
I don't know
I can't
why.
see the
He's embarrassed right now. That's why.
Yeah, just turning bright red because you all figured out my secret.
That you like to murder people?
Well, I mean, we've
starting a book club.
We've told the murder story on this show.
The
Outland murder story.
Yeah. Has V heard it though?
I don't know if V's
I don't know if I have.
All right, we'll tell it again. Sometimes we're going to tell the same stories, everybody. You know what? It's been 170 episodes. Sometimes we're going to retread familiar ground.
Yeah.
This was during Burning Crusade, and it might have been while I was still on a PvP server, because I can't figure out any other reason why there would have been so many PvP flagged people around me. But we were up at one of the Ogre Ruins, and there was another flagged Alliance player there, and it was me and my buddy, and we're running around, and we were like, all right, we're not going to attack him. Let's be cool. Let's be nice. But if he starts anything, we're on him, okay? Deal. We say deal. And I'm going to be honest. We were looking for reasons.
Of course.
And I don't remember what it was. I think I saw him going towards an ogre that I was closer to, and I was like, oh, this will be the moment. So I went to go and attack it, and he hit it first, and it was like, he stole that kill from me! So we spun around, we killed the gnome, and we thought it was very funny, and we're like, all right, let's get out of here. So we get on our mounts, we get on the road, leaving the ruins, and here comes another Alliance player down the road towards us. And for whatever reason, I got paranoid and worried that he somehow knew we had just killed a friend of his. And I was like, he knows! And we immediately dove off our mounts and killed him too.
See, that's why you can't murder people in real life, because then you just have to keep going.
Yeah. It's just,
right? I mean, because there's always, it's the cover up, and then the cover up for the cover up, and then the cover up for the cover up for the cover up. I would be really bad at this.
Yes, he's a witness. We gotta take him out.
I'm the worst PvPer. Like, so bad that, when we're all like leveling, because we used to be on a PvP server and we finally switched from my sanity, like, we'd all just be kind of in the area, but doing our own thing, but within like eyesight of each other. People would swoop in, kill me, and leave. No one else would get touched.
Aww.
Like, why? What? Because I definitely don't have a reputation, because I don't kill people. I don't PvP. I'm never in the arenas, and everyone's like, it's your name, Zoopercat. They're going to assume somebody named Zoopercat doesn't PvP. I'm like, you guys are jerks.
That makes sense.
Right. So then one day, I don't know why, I was on our developer's warrior character in Mist of Pandaria. Like, I think I might have been farming to like get him some stuff because he didn't have time before the raid. And like, I've played a healer for like 8 years. I don't know how to DPS anymore. And so he just told me, like, here's 3 buttons, just push those and you'll be fine. Nothing can kill you. I'm like, okay. So sure enough, somebody tries to come and they start ganking me. It was like a mage or whatever. And he's like, oh, don't worry about it. He can't kill you. I'm like, yes, he can kill me. This is me. I'm bad at PvP. He's like, no, literally, he can't kill you. Sure enough, this mage was on me for like 5 minutes. Because there were like the warriors. I don't know if they still do, but at that time, they had like ridiculous, like tank warriors had like ridiculous kinds of like regen. And like every 30 seconds, you could get like all your life back or something. Like, it was hilarious. I was laughing so hard. And I know this mage at this point was like, because I wasn't even fighting back, because I have like 3 buttons I know how to push. I don't know how to fight PvP. And I know this mage had to have been like, no, there's got to be a way I can kill this warrior. 5 minutes later, he just walks away.
Oh, man. That's a walk of shame, too. It's just like...
I'm not even fighting back.
It's just like, man...
So I like made up for like all the ganks. I felt so good about that because like we had switched to a PvP server, but we had switched from Alliance to Horde, so I couldn't do the Night Elf stealth and then Bird because I'm a druid. So whenever people come by, I would just be like Stealth Bird, and like because you're macroed, so nobody could touch me. Like danger's there, and I'm like, oh, Stealth Bird, right? Like I had it down, and then when we went to Horde, I'm like, guys, I can't Stealth Bird. Like I can't leave the good areas. Like I couldn't go like collect ore and stuff, and so we finally switched to PvE because like I was like, you guys have to send me potions in the mail. I can't leave. Like I can't live for more than like 2 minutes. I can't Stealth Bird. There's probably got to be a term for that. Everyone's like, what is Stealth Bird?
Stealth Bird. I just like to imagine you're like just throwing a bird they didn't know about at them suddenly. I'm like, ah! Oh, she's got a bird, and then you're just gone.
You know, we did have, speaking of stealth birds, we had a stealth bird in our yard. I was at like the kitchen sink, like rinsing a dish or something, and all of a sudden I hear like a thud on the roof, and then a fish fell from the roof.
Oh.
So the pavement. And I'm like, did fish just fall from the sky?
Flying fish do.
So yeah, this is just a small little fish, and yeah, so a bird dropped a fish right next to me in front of my kitchen window.
Stealth bird.
I got a stealth bird. See, I'm a stealth. I.
There you go.
I feel the stealth birds. Like we're kin.
It's the thing.
I was going to suggest that, because Zoopercat is your name and you apparently get attacked because of that, your next character name should be Murder, Death, Kill. But
yes,
Stealthbird might work too.
Stealthbird's a pretty good name.
I feel like Stealthbird would be like, that's a pretty good PvP name. People might take you pretty seriously if you're called Stealthbird.
Yeah, I think so.
You're like, I don't know, but I'm like, I feel like it'd be like Pink Ninja.
What does it
Ninja
even
Sparkle.
mean? I don't know what to expect from this person. Are they secretive or bird-like?
Yeah.
And then just when you're stealth, just yell, just slash yell, caw-caw.
Yes, all the time. Macro it every time I stealth. Macro. Stealth bird. That actually been really funny. Put caw to my stealth bird macro.
Oh, that'd be great.
They're
Absolutely.
just like, I don't know what to do about all this. She disappeared. She turned into a bird. She yelled at me.
What is going on?
I can't. How do I fight against this?
Oh, it'd be even better if you had a hunter buddy who did murder of crows at them too at the same time. Then birds start attacking him. Oh man, they think it's a new ability.
That would be pretty pro. We need to make that happen.
Yes.
Well, we are
And we have been
getting
talking about Alliance again.
dangerously close to the end of the show, and I don't want to cut off any potential fun new Mr. Robot features. So is there anything else that you want to mention before we call it?
I think just the simulator and play with it, but the simulator is at beta.askmrrobot.com. Fancy, right? It's a new URL for us. And our blog, which is blog.askmrrobot, has like little tutorial videos and stuff. And I started doing that. I'm really sad nobody's commented on, even though I have no idea how many people finished watching my videos, but I have little Easter eggs at the end of my videos now. I think like 1,000 people have watched them. They just might not have finished them. I have little fun facts about all 3 people at Team Robot. Like the time I have a picture of our designer when we were at a game conference. We were trying to get a game developer to follow us on Twitter. And he's like, jump in the pool and I'll do it. And so our designer jumped in the pool.
Nice.
And we got him to follow us. So I have that picture and I have the little fun fact. So I'm putting those at the end of the videos for fun, because why not? If I have to, make a video, I want to make it fun. But nobody's commented, so I'm wondering if anybody's really finished the videos.
Someone.
So if you're listening.
Well, the chat room's asking for 2 fun facts. Can we have 2 exclusive fun facts?
Well, we did just
fun fact.
Do
but I can do non-video ones. Ones that are like exclusive to the show.
Yeah, let's do that, Ben.
I don't know. I can't think of them off the top of my head.
I mean, besides the fact that you're in a hobbit
hole.
hole at the moment.
I am in a hobbit hole. Here we can give people a preview of my little hobbit hole. It's our media center room to
all
hide the
hobbits
media
have media
from
centers. Yeah,
Of course
yeah.
they do.
because they're hobbits.
that's what they do. They smoke shire weed and watch videos.
That's right. I don't know. Like, it's hard to just come up with a fun fact on the spot. Do you have like a topic or any fun questions?
What is the biggest raid shame that you have experienced?
Raid shame.
I don't know if I've had raid shame. I mean, I probably have and just have blocked it. But years ago, I have never lived this down. And to this day, I think it was a totally acceptable thing to say in a raid. So I don't...
It's always a good way for it to start.
I don't remember what boss it was. But it was like something where like you could get lit on fire. And you needed to get healed. And then so I had run away because I was like trying to like heal somebody else who was not in range. And I got hit with this. And if you're like out of range, like you really need people to heal you. And so I started yelling, coming in hot, and running towards the raid, freaking out. And like they all busted laughing. And I honestly had no idea why. I think this is a totally reasonable thing to say. I'm on fire and I'm running at you.
That might have been a clearer way to say it, maybe. I'm on fire.
So I have not lived that down yet. They will. So anytime I'm lit on fire, Zoop's coming in hot. Look out! For my fighter pilot days. You know, isn't that a fighter pilot? I don't know.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. Somewhere.
I mean, WoW and being a fighter pilot, basically the same.
Totally the same thing. I know, right?
Maverick is in the game.
Yeah. So there you go.
If you can play World of Warcraft, you can fly a fighter jet.
That's absolutely true. That's what the U.S. Air Force needs to do for recruitment.
Yeah, it's just logic.
All they need now are healer planes. They've got DPS planes. They got tank planes. Well, they're tanks, but they just need healer planes.
Mm-hmm. Well, they have planes that can carry tanks.
Oh, there you go.
Don't we? I know the Russians do.
Yeah, we should too.
I'm sure we do. If the Russians do, we do.
If the Russians have it, we do too.
I like that you're like, no, I know what the Russians have.
I do. Other funny little stories.
Number 2.
So my father builds power plants. Like, he designs power plants for a living. And I was like, I don't know, 16 at the time or whatever. And they had to transport like one of the turbines or something, or turbines or whatever. And they had to get it fixed quickly. And so they couldn't put it on a boat. They had to get an airplane and take it from like one country to Germany to get it fixed. And so there's like not very many people in the world who have a plane that can carry a giant, massive turbine. And so he called the U.S. government, because I guess you know who to call it, the U.S. government. He's like, hey, can we rent one of your planes? And they're like, no, we can't give you one of these planes. They're like, okay, fine. So we had to call like the Russians and get this plane. I'm like, how do you just call the Russians? Is there like a purple phone that you pick up and you're like, hey, Russia, like, can I borrow?
No, it's red.
Like, how does this go down, right? Like, well, the red one's for the U.S. I don't know what color the Russian one would be.
It's a better red if you ask them.
So they rented one of these planes from Russia, and I'm like, well, that put us on a watch list. Hey, U.S. government, we're gonna call Russia and borrow their plane. Like, it's one of the planes that carries like six MiG fighter pilot or fighter jets. Like they needed that, and I'm like, yeah, thanks. Our whole family's on a watch list now.
Yeah.
Dad.
One thing that I would like to say really quick is so you had the 2 different pronunciations of turbine. The first one was turbine, and I like the idea of actually this gigantic turbine that you have to
needs a giant plane.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
You had to call the Russians for it because, dang it, that turbine needed to be put on something.
That's right. But, I probably, have been off the watch list now, but, now, they're going to scan this podcast, and they're going to hear, these things mentioned, and they're going to be like, that's it? She said turbine? And she said Russia? There's red flags going on. American government's going to spy on me now.
Yep.
Again.
Episode 170, Azeroth Roundtable, the most listened by governments.
Yeah.
And we're sorry.
And you know what? The next covert operation is going to be Stealth Bird.
Stealth Bird. Oh, Operation Stealth Bird. I can't wait. On that note, everybody, This has been episode 170 of Azeroth Roundtable. If you want to help support us, for the meantime, the best way to do that is to go to geekasylum.etsy.com and pick up the official Azeroth Roundtable keychain or necklace. But I have it on good authority that there might be an alternative method very soon. So more word on that in the coming future. If you just absolutely have to part with money, and who doesn't?
Cool. Okay, so there is something that I teased out on Twitter. We have some Legion Beta codes to give away, which is really cool.
This is very cool.
Thank you, Blizzard, for giving it to us.
Yeah, we don't have any, so you guys are super special.
Yay!
Okay. Like, look at this. Like, I don't have any to give out. I'm piggybacking off your fame.
All right. Okay, so here's the thing. Jon and I have talked. We have a contest set up. So first of all, chat room, we're going to give one away tonight after the show. There's going to be some special little thing that we're going to do. But
I thought we were going to give more than one away tonight.
We'll be giving at least one away tonight.
Okay.
Okay. For everybody else who's listening, and I'm going to make sure that I get this published and up as soon as possible. The contest ends at noon on noon Pacific time, July 1st. Okay. Because we're going to be revealing.
Where's this going?
Next week.
Oh man, had you kept messing up that sentence, it could have gone real wrong. Wrong.
That's why I stopped.
Revealing the wieners.
See, here's the thing. The reason I'm having the cutoff date a week from now is because we want to get you into the beta and we want to get you in there fast. So that's why I do our normal 2-week thing. So here's the thing. Jon and I are insanely excited about a certain feature in Legion. Jon, what is that feature?
That would be the fact that all the transmog gear that I've been hoarding for forever will now finally be put into a magical, non-existent inventory. Whatever you want to call it. The cloud.
Yay!
The Azerothian cloud.
Oh, the cloud, Azeroth cloud.
Mm-hmm. So here's the thing. We've got beta codes to give away. We're excited about transmog. So what we want to see from you is one of 3 things. The first one, a transmog that totally fits with your class. To you, it screams, I'm a warlock if you're a warlock. I'm a paladin if I'm a paladin.
I'm a stealth bird if I'm a druid.
Stealth birds can definitely
All right, I'm
apply.
entering.
Okay, so that is version number 1. Send in a picture of a transmog that fits that. Number 2, a transmog that you think is just really cool. You took the time, you gathered all your pieces together, you put it together and said, this is my awesome transmog. Jon, you do that a lot, especially with your kind of themed outfits of, hey, I'm a pirate, look how cool I am. And you have just such this mishmash of clothing that specifically says pirate to anyone that looks like that.
That's right.
So we have class-based, something that's just really cool and, dare I say, badass.
Dare you say.
We want to see the funny. Something funny. Remember how we talked about He-Man before? That would fall into the funny category. Different themed costumes like that, something like that. That's what we would like to see. How do you enter? You dress up your character, you take a screenshot, you email it to azerothroundtable@gmail.com. In the subject line, you say what one it is. That way, we know that you're doing badass, theme, or class. What's going to happen is we have...
Wait a minute. Hold on. Go back, because you just said that wrong. And we need to get the subject right. Subject should be transmog as the first word.
Okay.
Second word. If you are doing what your class is class. If you are doing something cool, type cool. If you are doing something funny, type funny. So transmog cool, transmog class, transmog funny.
Okay. And here's the even better thing. There will be 3 winners for each of those bits. Jon is going to pick a winner. I'm going to pick a winner. And we're going to do a random. So we have a lot of chances to win. Make sure you do that. I'm super excited for it because, again, I like transmog a lot. I like to see the creativity that people have. I want to see your transmog sets. In the chat room, they're saying tier for class.
Sure.
If you think that best is an example of your class, yeah, that's fine. I run around in tier gear all the time because I think it's cool and it fits for my mage.
And yes, you can apply to all three if you want. You will only win one key. If we ultimately pick you and you've already won in another category, we're going to pick someone else. So you will only be eligible to win one time, but you can enter in all three ways.
Okay.
This is awesome.
I think so.
Also tweet you the pictures? I want to see the pictures.
Well, we will post the winning ones on our website after next episode.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So with that, we want to see them. Like I said, send them in. We've got a bunch of codes to give away. We want to help you get into the beta. So, yay!
Hooray!
I'm going to be the first Tauren stealth bird ever.
I'm
gonna have this.
Stealth bird Tauren.
I mean, I'm going to stealth and then take a picture of my gear.
That works.
That's what's going to happen.
And one last time, that email address again, because I always hate it when podcasts say the thing and then don't say it at the very end as well. It's azerothroundtable@gmail.com. So it's our show name at gmail.
I'm going to email our show name.
And another question from the chat, just so we can cover all the bases on the show. How many times can you enter? You can send as many as you want. We are going to pick whichever one we think is the best, and that will be your entry. So you can enter each of the three categories one time, but we're only taking one entry per category. So the max you can get is 3.
Yeah. I see. So if 25 unique people enter into one of the categories, but each of them emails you 4 things, they still have a 1 in 25 chance to win.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for mathing for us.
Yes.
I'm the robot. Although you should never do math in public because there's a good chance you're wrong.
I never do math in public or private.
No, it's a bad idea. It is such a bad idea.
I don't do math. It's not done in polite society.
Even smarter plan, for sure.
So that is our contest. In the meantime,
awesome.
V, how can people find you?
Oh, yeah. At Ask Mr. Robot on Twitter. And blog to Ask Mr. Robot if you want to read my ramblings. Beta.askmrrobot.com to play with the simulator, which has all Legion stuff in there. So it's all... Can you believe I didn't say that earlier in the show? My God, I'm going to get fired for being a bad marketer. Wait, I'm the CEO. I can't fire myself. So it's ready for all Legion stuff, all Legion gear and stuff. So you can play with that at beta to Ask Mr. Robot. Your regular logins work. And we have a Discord channel, which is listed on our blog if you want to hang out and ask questions about the simulator stuff.
Very cool.
So yeah. Yeah.
Very, very cool. Thank you.
Tweet me. We're friendly.
You're so awesome. And I'm so happy whenever you're here.
Oh my God, I have so much fun with you guys.
Stealth bird.
Stealth bird.
Stealth bird. Stealth bird. And we always talk about food, but we always talk about food before the show.
Yeah.
We start doing this on the show because people are missing out on quality information.
That's true. That's very true.
Like the carb ratio.
Yeah.
The carb ratio. Yeah. And the more calories you add, the better it tastes.
It's just a fact.
Exactly.
It's just a fact.
It's absolutely a fact. Anyone who's in the happy and healthy tier for our Kickstarter should not listen to this. Trying to make people healthy. Whoops.
John, how about you? How can people find you?
Well, the best place to find out what's going on with me is to just follow me on Twitter at John_Jagger. Normally I go down the full list of everything I do, but I'm going to keep it a little shorter tonight. I'm going to just plug one thing in particular because it is unique to this week. I was on the Citadel Cafe, the most recent episode. That's episode 197, where we talked about Heroes of the Storm, World of Warcraft, and most importantly, Game of Thrones, including the last episode, which was super good. So if you want to hear my thoughts on that, check out the Citadel Cafe.
Cool.
If you're looking for me, you can follow me on Twitter. I am at Ben the Mage. I also do Battle Pets and Geektopia, again, shortening that because John did, and I did seem better.
I made you shorten it.
The show itself is going to be at AzerothRT on Twitter. Again, that email address is AzerothRoundtable@gmail.com. And let's see, you can listen to all of our episodes on AzerothRoundtable.com, also on Stitcher and iTunes and TuneIn. And lastly, our intro music contains music from Volatile Reaction by Kevin MacLeod. You can find more of his music at incompetech.com. Stealthbird!
All right, let's give away some
Stealthbird.
keys.
Yep.
A key, some keys. I'd like to give away a key, Ben. Can I have a key to give away while you do your thing?
Yeah, sure. Hold on a second. I got to open up the spreadsheet. And I'm also going to close down Alpha Geek. So, Alpha Geek, if you want a key, come to twitch.tv/AzerothRT right now.
Yep.
Hold on a second here. John, do you want me to just put it in the Skype?
No, don't do Skype. Maybe email it to me. I'm just worried that if it pops up on Skype, it might show up on the actual stream when I go to check it out.
Just be safe. Yeah.
It shouldn't, but it could.
Yeah, you never know, though. Skype is squirrely.
So while you get that, should I tell them what you're doing, Ben? So they can get prepared?
Yeah, that's a good idea, because I haven't even done the thing that I was going to do yet.
Okay, so I'm going to be giving a key away while Ben does this. Ben's is a competition you need to get prepared for, though. So let me tell you what Ben's going to do. Ben is going to log into the World of Warcraft. Perhaps you've heard of it. In a minute, he's going to tell you what server he is creating a character on. And I don't know how much detail he's actually going to give about his character, but he's going to make a character on that server. And it is your job to find him and /wave at him. The first person who /waves at him will get a beta key. So, prepare for more information with regards to that coming soon. He'll tell you what server. Are you going to give him a hint of where they need to make? It's a fresh character, right? So it's not the entire world.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm going to tell him what server it is, and I'm just making a character. So I'll be standing in the starting zone.
Okay.
That is not a plug for Mick's show, but you should totally listen to it because it's great.
There you go. Meanwhile, while he's doing that and you're all looking for him, I'm going to do a trivia thing. And
Okay,
I'll
did
give
you
it
get the
to
email?
who wins the trivia. Because I did not come up with a contest. And this is my contest instead. Yes, I have the key. I have a beta key. Later, everybody. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not running away with it. But it would be fun. All right. Ben, are you considering your server? Oh, wait, you probably want to make the character first, right? So you're there.
Yeah, exactly.
Azeroth Jeopardy. Maybe. Maybe. The answer is Mr. Robot. How'd you know before I even asked?
I like that person. We should give them a give them a key. You have as many as you want, right?
Oh yeah,
I mean,
it's
but why would Blizzard limit this?
Infinite supply. They just
Stop
said
holding
click
out.
this button, it'll generate a key as many times as you want to click it.
Nothing will go wrong with that.
Just go for it.
Okay. I think that I have my sound off in game so that if I were to have
Oh, that would have been a good
Smart.
hint, though.
yeah.
I don't know. That would have been pretty cool, especially since you have to know the sound.
Are you
Well,
snapping
considering
at
the
people?
narrators, I'm snapping at a cat.
Oh.
Considering the narrator's all this race, blah 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 blah, at the very beginning, that would
Forsaken. That was not a hint, by the way. I don't know if he's making a Forsaken. Or do I? Or is he?
Oh.
Or
Is this a
what's
reverse
going on?
psychology?
Yeah.
This is a quadruple reversal.
Absolutely.
You may want to
Exponential
take your glasses off. What if they see it in the reflection of your glasses?
Oh, that's smart too. Look at you. You're super clever.
Well, the problem is that now I won't be able to see if they come up to me.
All right, you better just put your glasses back on. Ben's just like, I think someone waved.
Not really sure.
I just want to imagine all the people that are getting waved at right
Oh,
now.
you know what? This is going to be really super easy. You know how I'm going to do that? I have a hat on. I'm going to turn off the video. Simple
Well,
as that.
we have... Oh, he turned off his video. Okay, well, fine.
How smart is that,
So you
right?
can play at that game. I can switch to our no video background. There we go. Okay, so Lose a Lot Luke in the chat says, in the UK, feels bad, man. I understand, which is why my trivia will not discriminate against the UK.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter if you're part of Europe or not. So that's also good. That was top of
I am ready whenever, John, so.
All right. Are you ready to name the server?
I am ready to name the server.
All right.
Well, the thing is, should we give yours away first? That way they're not trying to go back and forth.
Oh, that's a good point. No, because I need time to figure out my trivia.
Okay. Well, that works. In that case, I am on Alex Straza. By the way, anybody who's on my BattleNet list, you don't get to participate.
Oh, that's what you get for being Ben's friend. Alex Straza, by the way, was the server. Alex Straza.
Alex Straza. My character's name is Stealthbird.
Alex Straza.
Yay, character's name is Stealthbird.
There. I typed it. I don't know if I spelled it correctly.
I have no idea. I'm sure I spelled it wrong.
And my title, in honor of Zoopercat, is Zookeeper. It's as close as that.
Man, I kind of want to just give one to Lose a Lot Luke, because he's not wrong. He's lost a lot. It's been a real bad day for the UK.
Yeah, that is true.
All right, if it makes you feel better, I'm rooting for you. How about that? I can't play favorites, but I can root for you.
That's true. That is true.
I need to look up some trivia here.
Yep, on Alex Straza. So far, no one.
Are you going to be running around, or are you going to be just like right where they spawn? Or is that for them
right
to
where
figure?
they spawn. You got Stealthbird standing right here.
Oh, see, I would have hidden like a fun little place.
Oh, but see, and they have to spend so much time looking for the fun little place, as well as figuring out which race I actually am.
Oh, right, I see.
Yeah. So you need to wave to Stealthbird. /wave. Should I put my heirloom gear on?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be there, look cool, at least.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, it technically is kind of about, transmog and stuff. Hey, look at this. I got gear now.
Ben's just going to play WoW now.
Hi, guys.
Oh, look at that. We got people in the chat saying they'll donate it to Lose a Lot Luke if they win.
I really hope the beta code works in the UK.
I will give... Oh, that's a good point. We don't know that, do we? It should, right?
Well, yeah, because no, I think everyone ends up... I could be wrong. I think everyone ends up on the same server is the deal.
I think they
Or
do.
at least you could switch to US, because aren't you allowed to do that? Like when you install the beta, you can choose your region.
Yeah, you should.
All right, people are saying they do, so we should be good. Here's a little hint to help you get prepared. I am going to be asking for an item name.
Oh.
And this particular item name pertains to a mount in some way.
Oh.
So there's your hint to get ready if you have some preparing you need to do. And I'm looking for the exact answer. That's another thing. So keep in mind, you have to get it correct, completely correct. You can't just give me a general term. You have to get it exact, because if you get it not exact, I'm going to say no. I might forgive a spelling error if you misspell something, but...
So it's like Jeopardy rules.
Yeah, it's pretty much Jeopardy rules. I've been getting beaten up in Jeopardy lately, so I've got to take it out on people.
Just as a reminder, I'm on Alex Straza with the name Stealthbird.
Alex Straza, name Stealthbird. Oh, that should mean that if they get the faction right, they should be able to at least, like, add you as a friend or something, right? And see you?
Dude.
What?
That kind of just broke the rules.
Well, you did it! You
If
chose
they
to
thought
put your name out there.
The thing is, if they thought about it, then, good on them for figuring that out. You just, told them how to cheat.
Well, yeah, we're going to speed this up a little bit. Go hide somewhere, then. If I made it easier, go hide. Behind a tree or something. I don't know if there are even trees, but go find a tree and hide behind it.
A rock.
Yeah, there should be a tree, a rock, or a puddle or something.
Find you.
I'm between a rock and a hard place.
There you go.
Just kidding.
I can't help it that I found a cool workaround. I still probably wouldn't have found you first, so it's fine.
I would have gotten ganked on the way. Starting area.
Well, Alex Straza is a PvE server.
Or go hide in a pool of oil. Was that a hint? Wasn't it? I don't know, because I don't know. Did I just throw you off?
I think we might have a winner based on the name.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we got a winner!
We have a winner!
They are as the
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations to Isaac.
The really cool thing is guess what race I am, John?
What race are you?
Hold on, let me do a /silly. And the sound is not set up to play, so anyway.
So that did nothing.
I am a male Draenei named Stealthbird who happens to be a mage.
Nice! There you go.
And by the way, say who you are in the chat room because I have no idea who you are.
Yeah, who in the chat room are you? Well, now everybody's going to say it was me.
Okay.
Yeah, but you send him a secret phrase.
Yeah, tell them a secret word, and whoever types that word in the chat is the person.
Here is my secret phrase.
Is it, here's my secret phrase?
No, they'll get it. They'll get it. Hey!
Oh, well, I guess it was Fire Dragon, because nobody would say that without being prompted.
Congratulations, Fire Dragon. I went ahead and whispered you your code. So, good job. You are a winner.
All right. Trivia time, ladies and
ready.
gentlemen.
There's a naked Draenei now over there.
Great. Naked Draenei.
Awesome.
All right. I'm about to ask the question. Once again, just to reiterate, you need to type the exact name of the item. And one more preface. I am asking for the name of the item, not the name of the mount. That's your other hint. Here's the question. What item do I need to obtain to earn the achievement? Why? Because it's red.
Oh! That's a good one, John.
I feel bad. They're all saying the delay. We'll see.
Well, then
You know, if he could do this, if several people type it in within 5 seconds of each other, although people will just repeat it, so I guess that's not fair. I was gonna say you could do a showdown question.
What we're gonna do is John will type the next.
I think we have a winner. I think Alessander just won it. Let me check. Check with the judges. That is correct. Alessander, you have won.
Yay! Okay. I am going to log out of WoW.
You should log out of WoW.
I'm going to. Okay, this finding thing was really fun.
Okay, Alessander, I need to whisper you the code.
Oh, and I just cracked my neck, and that felt really good.
Should we
Okay.
do one more that
One
I
more.
type for sympathy for the people in other
Yep.
countries?
Okay. Oh, yeah, totally.
Okay.
Because typing should be a lot more immediate.
Okay.
And see, there's Wicked Kitten coming up with our idea after we even said it.
Yeah, we said it before we read it. Okay, we're going to do one more. And I will type the question this time.
Okay, John, hold on a second. Let me get you your code.
And Ben, entertain them while I come up with a question.
Okay, cool. So, V.
Yeah.
Normally we talk about food a whole bunch.
We do. Mm-hmm.
What?
We had talked about the Taco Bell thing, right? That was
Yes,
us. Yeah.
That
Taco Bell Optimizer.
we tend to do that quite a bit, actually. Taco Bell for some reason. Okay, so the one thing that you can put on a hamburger that is not a traditional thing, what would it be? Like,
Oh man.
I can't even say like onion strings, fried egg, avocado.
Right.
That stuff, that's too traditional at this point. You need
Yeah.
completely outside the box.
Yeah, because the onion rings are really my favorite. Completely outside the box. What would I put on a cheeseburger? Man.
Mustard. Whoa.
Well, let's think about this. You've got some red meat and some cheese. What goes with both peanut butter? How about that? That'd be
I'd eat that.
disgusting. You think
No,
that'd be
that
good?
could be great.
Yeah. You know, maybe if there wasn't cheese on it.
All right, I
Let's
think I
just
have my
cheese.
I think I have my question. I think I
Okay.
do. Here's your hint to get ready,
Frog leg.
because I want you all to feel prepared before I start typing this. So there'll be plenty of time for delays, but I will type it. But I will say this question relates to askmrrobot.com.
What?
Ooh.
I don't even know what the question is. No, you know we have to wait 30 seconds before
Yep, I'm
Yeah.
going to start typing the question
you
now.
type it.
So you may want to get ready, have the site pulled up,
Mm-hmm.
be prepared. I don't want anybody to say they weren't prepared. All right, I'm going to start typing. Ben, continue to entertain.
Okay. Apparently, there's a peanut butter and jelly burger at a place
Yeah.
called Shots. I want to
Look at
try this.
this. Seriously.
That actually sounds awesome. See, I was going to go with something sweet. Like, I was thinking not exactly like maple syrup, but
Oh, but maple syrup could work.
here, go with me on this. Make
Uh-huh.
like a breakfast burger,
Uh-huh.
but pancake on there.
Yes. I'm in.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Or the bun could be like French toasty.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Throw some bacon on there too.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Man, now I really want French toast and bacon and pancakes. Damn it.
There is that. Okay, so that's the downside.
All right,
There's the downside.
I've typed it. I'm about to send it.
But you have
Okay.
to wait 30 seconds from saying that.
Oh,
no,
do
maybe
I?
you don't. I don't know.
Go ahead, given the heads up that John has typed it.
Yeah, Ben.
Yeah.
Do a chat countdown and then I'll send it.
There you go. Chat countdown.
Look for Revendon. So we have 5, 4. It's gonna like time me out for doing it too many times.
Well, you should have started at like 3 or something.
1, and then go on go. Go.
Oh. Oh.
Whoa!
Taboo got it.
My goodness! That was fast!
That's a fan. We actually hung out with him at BlizzCon.
Oh.
Holy
Yeah. I call
cow,
him-
that
I
was
call him-
fast.
I actually call him Taboo 32 because I really thought that was his name. And then when he told me it was Taboo 34, I'm like, but Taboo 32 rhymes. I don't understand why you would name yourself Taboo 34.
No
So I
kidding.
call him Taboo 32, right? It rhymes. Poor Taboo.
Wow, that was like almost instantaneous.
That was
Jeez.
instant, dude. He earned that.
John, did I send that to you yet?
No.
I didn't, did I?
No, you are not as fast as Taboo at things.
Well, you kept asking me to do stuff, so
My goodness.
I sent the second.
Like, I can't type that fast when I'm motivated.
Yeah, I knew the answer, and I don't know if I could type that fast. Although,
Now,
technically,
Oh,
uh-oh.
I mean, do you have enough to do a tie? To give 2 out?
I don't know. Do we, Ben?
what? V, you're the guest.
Oh, well, if we have enough to give 2. So, you said the most popular feature, did you not?
I think that's what I
That
typed.
according to our website. Now, everything on our website, we say the most popular feature is best in bags because we're talking about premium.
Oh.
But Lose-A-Lot Luke is right in that technically more people use the gear optimizer.
Oh, man.
Then
So if you can give out 2, I think we need.
I think we need to
that
give out
each need
2.
one.
I feel like that's only fair. I mean, you're the expert of the website.
I am the expert. I'm not. I'm doing that job.
All right. Cool. Hold on, let me send you one more because you know how to actually send those over Twitch.
I'm trying to paste it. I didn't think it took. Hold on. Let's see. Send. Taboo 34 has theirs.
There you go. I just emailed you the third one.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Look at that. The extra keys. I should be like, hey, Blizz, can I have some keys? I want to do trivia all day long. I'll give them out, I promise.
And congratulations to Lose a Lot Luke. You did lose a lot tonight, but then you ultimately won. So there you go.
I mean, technically, he's, that's true.
You did lose a lot. You lived up to your name, but we gotcha. Now, if you didn't win one tonight, keep in mind the contest is still going. So
And you're giving out 9 for the contest, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're giving out 9 keys for that.
Yeah, I know there's like one person at Blizzard doesn't like us. Probably the person who like built the reforging system and is like, damn it.
Oh, well, that can't be the case because I did a whole huge long rant about how horrible Reforge is.
Oh, yeah?
That's
Yeah,
true,
in fact,
Ben.
the thing is, as I said, I hate that you have to, and just please let me hear the whole thing first. I hate that you have to go to Mr. Robot and do all your reforging and regemming and everything before you can actually move it or, do anything with it. It was nothing against you because then I went on to backpedal the entire episode to say how much I love you guys. But the fact that you had to do it in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we even said that like, when they were moving reforging, we're like, yeah, that makes sense. And we joke, but it's like our reforger, because remember there was a point at which we started showing you how many combinations there were just for your gear of relevant gems and chance and reforges. And most people had several like trillion to quintillion, and we're like, yeah, here's what we sifted through. And that's only your class stats. Like if you use agility, we never put intellect gems in the mix. This is purely only what you could use. And some days I'm like, I wonder if that caused Blizzard to be like, maybe this isn't the right system.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, what I think they should have done is remove the caps, because the caps are really the problem. That's why you had to move things around all the time, right? If they removed the caps, they could have left, including soft caps like haste, they could have left reforging in because you would reforge your gear once to your best stats and never have to change it, right?
Exactly.
The problem is you always had to change your gems and reforges to like balance to these caps. So I think that would have been cool. And then they could have left all the gems too, because the same thing, you would have gemmed for your best stats and then never changed it again.
Oh yeah.
So that would have been nice, because then reforging, you could have used our website, but you wouldn't have had to use our website. All you would do is be like, oh, mastery is bad and crit is good. Okay.
Exactly.
Mastery
I
crit.
get more crit out of this. Boom. That's what I get. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But again, V, thank you. Oh, I realize you can't see me anymore. Hold on.
I know, right? We can't see.
Anyways, thank you so much for joining us. It's always such a pleasure to have you.
It is fun, and we're doing our Halloween show.
Yes.
Everybody
yeah.
in the chat room, hold us to it.
Yeah, you got to remind us to do the Halloween
know,
show where we just
That's-
hold.
One of our fans has to remind us to do. Or I'm saying our fans. One of your fans.
It'll
has
be
to
on the
remind you.
28th of October.
28th of October.
Mhm.
As long as I'm not at a Halloween party. And we could always do a pre-Halloween show, although no, I'm gone that previous weekend. But we are doing our Flashlight Face show.
We could always just pre-record in the middle of the week if we needed to.
We could do
Yeah, but
that.
it's got to
We could do
be
that.
at night.
But I'm pretty sure, so we have a friend who does an epic Halloween party every year, and like, she takes this seriously. Here's a fun fact. Our developer is going to kill me. Too bad I don't have photographic proof of this. So she takes it's a very, very serious costume party. Like, this is where people spend way too much money coming up with amazing costumes. And so you have to take it seriously. I ended up being Michael Jackson. Believe it or not. Pale skin, dark hair. I make a great Michael Jackson. Our developer he's like, I am going to do the shittiest costume I can that like shows I'm not taking this seriously on purpose, right? Like like the try hard crappy. He's like, so you have to try to make my costume look crappy, because I offered to help him. We made him into a pink sparkle pony. And he won the costume contest.
Oh, jeez.
It was pretty amazing. I apparently did a really good job of making a crappy costume. That's my superpower. Making crappy things look good, or making good things look crappy.
I made a suit of armor out of cardboard once. That was probably the best thing I've ever done.
That's impressive.
Just in general, in life, that's the pinnacle that I've reached.
But yeah, so our Halloween, so it's serious, but I think her Halloween will always be on a weekend. So I think we're good on the 28th.
If not, we'll work around it.
We'll figure it out.
Cool, because we're doing our flashlight show.
We
Definitely.
have to. We have
Yeah.
to.
Mm-hmm.
We need to set a precedent.
Yeah, we do.
That more podcasts should be hosted by people with flashlights. Period.
That's right. That's right. We're sick of the non-flashlight people.
It's been too long.
And the light switch is too far. Oh, they can't even see me anyway, but light switch is too far for me to actually go turn off the lights, so this is what you get. My eyebrows look really freaky like this.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize you were doing it. I was reading the chat and I looked up and I was like, what the hell just happened to Ben? Oh, I should switch it so people can see it. Hold on. Whoa.
Thank you, sir.
Oh god, this is going to be amazing and creepy all at once.
I like it.
This is going to be awesome. And you know what? I have like this is going to blind everybody. I have, this room is so dark, I had to put a studio light up. See my little studio light?
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Really far away, so at least it doesn't blind me. Because I'm starting a food blog for fun. I'm like, why not? I wanted a non-computer hobby. Guess what? When you do a food blog, you're at the computer. But anyway, so I had a studio light, and I had to put it on here. Because this room's so dark. So flashlight, I'm coming right down to this Hobbit room for our flashlight show, and I don't even have to have fake lighting on. Very excited.
I think that's great. I mean, I would maybe not put that whole thing under your face. That might be too much, but...
Yeah, maybe that'd be overachieving.
Yeah, I'm trying really hard.
You know what? Maybe. Well, you know what we need? We need to prepare for this. We need not just flashlights, but you know how you can get like colored cellophane?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we can have different colored lights for different parts of the show.
I like this. We'll just tell wow scary stories.
Oh,
yeah.
You need to get like those fake fire like lights and just look like we're around a campfire the whole time.
Oh yeah, like the yes. I mean, I have fake candles, but they look really, really fake.
Tales of Warcraft terror. Murlocs from
That's pretty
below.
That didn't work as well.
Mm-mm.
I can't do any voices. I can't do impressions. I can't do accents.
I can't do accents either, so you're not.
Yeah, you're definitely not alone there.
Cheers, love. The cabaret's here.
that's what mine would sound like. Cheers, love.
That was
Can't
way
do it.
better than
Can't do it.
Ben's.
Yeah.
I like the something girl to begin with.
I mean, it didn't hurt, but it's also not hard to beat Ben's.
No, it's really not.
That's right. You and me, we could have like a worse off contest.
I don't know if I'd want
You know,
God.
I feel like my life has gone in a different direction than I intended when a couple months ago, the University of Illinois, which is my alumni, I work with them every year when they bring students out here to try to talk them into moving to Silicon Valley. And they contacted me and they're like, yeah, we're doing a big summer series and we want you to teach the section on failure.
Wow.
I'm like, huh. Interesting.
They don't pull punches.
Now, I do, because I do tell when these students come out here, I tell them about my Silicon Valley experience, which is I was at a company and we sold. Like I was there for a year, we sold. I stayed for another year. And then I went through 6 failures in about 18 months. That's
Wow.
pretty impressive.
That's
Impressive.
That's a lot.
These were big failures. Yeah, and then I was like, I'm going to get smart and I'm going to go to Dig. Because Dig's never going to fail. Dig failed. And I was like, Dig went through $40 million in funding. I can't do worse. So that's when we started Mr. Robot. But so I give him this little speech. And so I kind of have built a name for myself, Queen of Failure. But I didn't really expect that to be the takeaway.
Yeah.
So I agreed.
Do
So
a
I am
talk about
doing it.
failure.
So I'm now the poster child for the university on failure. So I'm just... If I'm also really bad at accents, Ben, you know what? I'm just going to add that to the list.
That
I'm going to
works.
own it. You know what? Maybe I should try to give the entire lecture series with an accent.
There you go.
This is how bad I am.
Yeah.
Wow, Ben. The problem is you can't beat him. You know the bar's always lower somewhere else.
Well,
Right.
I'm gonna try this one more time.
You know
and let me just get
Wait.
into. Hold on.
Okay.
Cheers, love! The cavalry's here!
Oh my
That was
gosh.
Great. No, you know what I should do is in my lecture series, I should say, how no matter how bad you are, just know somebody else is worse. And I can show the clip of you.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, perfect.
I would be more than happy to record me doing horrible accents for you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, my Russian accent. Ah, that's it.
Wait, isn't that
That's-
German?
That's not an accent. You just said
You just
something
used-
in Russian.
Yes.
That's not how accents work.
Accent. With an accent.
No, there was no accent. That was just you saying da.
Yeah, in a Russian accent.
Oh, I have a line I found out here. Yay, Lino. Remember how I was pouring bubblies? You know the number of times I've misspelled champagne because of that University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, and they spell it wrong?
What?
Yeah, a university spells it wrong.
Hmm.
I have no idea.
How do
It's
they
probably
get
French,
away with that?
right?
The accent is silent. That's my new favorite chat
Accent
room
is silent.
comment.
I like that.
Very true. Did the university make you print your own degree online?
Yeah, seriously, right? I got a master's from them, and they still can't spell. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start my lecture series. I'm going to tell them I'm Queen of Failure, and my degree came from these university guys. So
What does
you might
that
want to
tell you?
reconsider. You might want to reconsider.
Well, I mean, to be
Equals-
fair, were you in the English program?
No, advertising, which, to be
Oh,
honest, probably
okay.
not a whole lot different.
Now, it turns out spelling is still important in advertising.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, how hard is it to spell got milk? I mean, come on.
That is true. You know what? That is true. Advertising does use really small words. And they make up their own words all the time. I mean, what is every brand, right? Made up words.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
See, there you go. He said Champagne Urbana. See, that's how they spell it. Champagne.
That's just so wrong.
It's wrong. I know. It's like scarred me for life.
Is it like a campaign? But
Right, there
They're
you go.
champions of the campaign?
That could be it. It could be a branding thing.
Guys, we're both champions and running a campaign. I propose we put the two words together. Champagne.
I won.
Champagne.
I'm gonna
That's
open
it.
the bottle of champagne.
I'm gonna start calling it Urbana Champagne. I'm gonna give my lecture series starting with that.
I mean,
I'm
that's
glad we got
fine. I
champagne.
pronounce champagne champagne, so it's fine.
It's a less sophisticated way to pronounce it.
A
Clearly.
glass of your finest champagne.
That'd be great. Thank you.
The freshest that you have, please.
Only the best
I like-
champagne for me.
I want the one with the most bubbles.
Bubbles?
I need the bubbliest of champagnes.
Those are my bubbles.
All right, chat room. Thanks for joining
Hey,
us on this
bro.
adventure.
K-Ro.
K-Ro!
K-Ro.
Oh, man.
That's what we say when
Urbane
Ro makes a
champagne.
point.
That's it. It should be Urbane Champagne. That would be way better. I'd pay more to go to that school.
Yeah, no kidding.
Urbane Champagne. I need to record this series on failure. See if they'll record it for me. This is gonna crash and burn. I know it. These kids are gonna be like, "Why are we talking to her?" It's like they take the person who like made millions and then wasted it, and now like lives in a hut. Like that's what they're gonna think I am.
Let me tell you about my
They're gonna
life
see They're gonna
choices.
see my little hobbit room, and be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, she lives there."
Make sure you wear a green shirt, because green is the color. of my-
Yes.
I'm pretty
This is a
sure she
cautionary
recorded
tale.
her thing inside a wine barrel.
It might have been a champagne barrel. Do they do that?
It's either a hobbit hole or a champagne barrel. She was in. I don't
champagne
think
barrel.
she's fit for advice.
Cautionary tale, don't do what she did. None of them are moving to Silicon Valley.
She seems to like avocados. Is that something we have to do?
The acoustics in the champagne barrel is good.
You have to put the avocados in the champagne barrel and then stir them together and then put them on your cheeseburger.
The exponential
Actually-
growth of calories tells us.
Chamcado. It's our new brand, Chamcado.
Suppose it's Chamcado. Yes. How is that not a California champagne brand yet? Speaking of burgers, the experts claim you should drink champagne with burgers and bar food because the bubbles counteract the fat.
See, I didn't think that you're going to add the ood on bar food, and I'm like, that sounds about right.
Barf.
And barf. Yes.
Champagne and barf, clearly. But you could see it probably would have a mouth cleansing action with the carbonation.
Yeah, so many
Quite
bubbles.
smart. Quite smart.
Yeah, takes care of it. It's like,
Science, right
yeah, what's
here.
that cleaning thing that's like the power of bubbles?
Yeah.
It's
What
like
is
that, but for your body.
No, which one?
Oh, the cleansing bubbles.
Scrubbing bubbles.
Rubbing bubbles. Yeah.
I don't want little brushes in my mouth.
Nobody drinks scrubbing bubbles when you puke. This is bad advice.
Yeah.
It'll make you more, though. Maybe.
Guys,
Or-
don't follow any advice you've heard on this
No,
podcast
on this
tonight.
show, not at all. None of us are qualified to give advice. Clearly, except when I talk about
Champada.
PvP. Or PvP.
Oh, and PP.
The
Still
Azeroth Roundtable Post Show is not responsible for any injuries sustained by following the advice of the Azeroth Roundtable Post Show. All comments are meant to be taken as a hypothetical and not actually treated literally.
Seriously, if you actually took a
That's
Bleh.
that is perfect. You know, I had to get, when I did my little food blog, I signed up to be an LLC because what if I like don't tell people to cook chicken to 160? Like, am I gonna get sued? Disclaimers, man.
Oh, man.
Disclaimers.
Disclaimers are awful.
They are awful.
I hate them.
People are stupid.
We don't do disclaimers because we like to live on the edge.
Well, don't say anything that could really hurt people.
That is not true.
We just told people they might be interested in drinking scrubbing bubbles if they puke to clean their mouth out. I mean, that's the conclusion somebody could have drawn from this conversation.
But if you listen to the recording, specifically, we never said drink scrubbing bubbles.
I'm pretty sure at some point I condoned murder.
That's true.
And friend murder.
Digital murder.
I mean, both are murder, but friend murder was funnier.
Right.
I condone turning people into sheep. How often does that happen? Oh my God, someone is going to have a really bad day. I've seen.
Please consult your physician.
Well, everybody, It's been an adventure.
That's been an adventure.
It's time we say goodnight to you, chat room. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you've enjoyed this episode of Azeroth Roundtable, and we'll fly Azeroth Roundtable again. Exits are located wherever you need them. Have a good night.